Granny better get that batch of tonic made. There's the gong, won't be long till the family's back to feeling good and strong.
Line up, everybody. First come, first served. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, Pearl, go ahead.
By rights, you should go first, Jed. You're the head of the family.
Oh, no, Pearl, I ain't in no hurry. How about you, Willie Mae?
Oh, no, Pa, I was the last one in.
Do I take it this family don't want to take my tonic?
Oh, no, Granny, it's good.
Well, then step up. Somebody be first.
Pearl, go on ahead. Women and children first. That's the rule.
That's the rule for fire, flood, and disaster.
Well, seems to me Granny's tonic ought to fit in there somewhere.
I heard what you said, Jed Clampett. And just for that, when it comes your turn, you're going to get a double dose. Now, step up, somebody, and get at it.
Hey, I got an idea. How about letting this little fella go first? He looks kind of puny.
Yeah, he's been acting kind of poorly lately, Granny. Tonic him first, Granny.
Sure seems to like it.
Yeah, you want some more?
No, I reckon that's enough for a little critter like him. This they're the best batch I ever made.
Miss Hathaway, these papers are ready for Jed Clampett's signature. Oh, incidentally, you did a fine job bringing his file up to date.
Thank you, Chief. I'll be right in. Mr. Drysdale, I wish to give credit where credit is due. Most of the work on the Clampett file was done by Miss Buckles here.
Hmm? Buckles? Who's she?
A comparatively new girl, Chief. But already she has displayed those qualities so rare in the modern girl. Eagerness to learn, willingness to work, loyalty to the bank, devotion to duty.
All right, all right. How much of a raise does she want?
Oh, no, Mr. Drysdale. I didn't do it to get a raise. I did it because I'm sincerely interested in my work here. And I'm determined to become the best and second best employee in your bank.
You hear that, Chief? Rare devotion to duty. And Miss Buckles worked on the Clampett file in her own time.
Very praiseworthy. All right, what's Mr. Clampett's present balance?
$34,783,127.34. That's not including the oil deposit due today.
Well, you are familiar with his file.
I feel that a job worth doing is worth doing right.
Unlike so many others, this girl is not here to find a husband. She is here to work, right, Gloria?
Right, Miss Hathaway.
You may call me Jane.
All right. Take these up to Mr. Clampett. Now make sure he signs in all places indicated.
Right, Chief.
Miss Hathaway, your time is so valuable, and I know that Mr. Drysdale needs you. I would never be missed from the secretarial pool.
Do you hear that, Chief? Is she a rare find?
I just try to be like you, Miss Hathaway.
Jane.
Jane.
Chief, if it's all right with you, she is familiar with the papers.
Huh? Oh, fine. Yeah, fine.
And Gloria.
Yes.
You must take my car.
Oh, no, Miss Hathaway.
Oh, tut. I insist.
Granny, you seen anything of Jed?
Not since I gave him that double dose of tonic.
I wonder if you had ought to double-dosed him. Just one dose has Jethro jumping fences.
Well, Jed's an older man. He can hold his tonic.
$34,783,127.34. $34,783,127.34. $34,783,127.34.
Howdy, ma'am.
Well, how do you do? I'm Gloria Buckles from the Commerce Bank.
Oh, it's mighty nice to meet you. I'm Jed Clampett.
You?
Yes, ma'am.
But I was looking for a much older man.
Ain't no older men around here. Might could scare you up one in the neighborhood. Seems to me I seen an elderly fella down the road a piece.
No, I simply meant I couldn't believe that you were so young.
Well, maybe it's because I ain't.
You look so young. You do look young.
Is that a fact?
He's holding his tonic, but that ain't all. Tell you, Granny, I've seen it with my own eyes. That girl is young enough to be his daughter.
You say he gave her a hug?
Grabbed at her like a crawdad grabs bait.
That old mountain goat? I didn't figure on him running wild.
Your tonic. You shouldn't have double-dosed him and him being a widower so long.
Jed'll come to his senses.
I don't know. There ain't no fool like old fool.
Jed ain't old.
He's old enough, but he ain't too old, and that's where the danger is.
You're making a hill out of a haystack.
Granny, I got a good look at this girl, and I'm telling you right now, that ain't hay. Real big city article. Not the kind of girl that Jed's used to meeting back home.
Oh, girls is girls, city or country. They all come out of the same catalog.
Maybe so. But the city girls make it look like there's more in the package.
Granny, Earl. Oh, there you are.
See what you mean, Pearl. She's wrapped tight and tied loose.
I want you all to meet Miss Gloria Buckles. This here is Granny and Cousin Pearl.
How do you do? I'm very pleased to meet you, ladies.
Howdy.
Hi.
Well, ain't she just about the prettiest thing you ever did see?
Yeah. Favors Ellie a lot. Just about her age, too, wouldn't you say, Granny?
A mite younger.
Who's Ellie?
His granddaughter. I mean, my granddaughter.
She's Jed's daughter.
Oh, are you married, Mr. Clampett?
I'm a widower, ma'am.
Yeah, poor old Jed. I reckon he's come for another dose of his lumbago medicine, Granny.
I reckon. Poor old feller was up all last night with the misery.
A moaning and a groaning and a walking the floor.
Yes, the poor old fella is past the point where liniment does him any good.
Slays his horse feet all bone.
Now, girls, that's just about enough of that. You both know I never had a twinge of the miseries in all my life. Knock on wood.
Pearl, his mind is wandering again.
Ain't his fault, Granny. He missed his nap.
I want to apologize for them two, ma'am. They both just think they're being funny.
Well, I know what you mean. I have some elderly relatives like that myself. It's such a beautiful day. Why don't we go for a drive, Jed?
Thank you, ma'am. I'd like that, Gloria.
Did you hear what she called us? Elderly relatives.
Mind that. It's what he called her and she called him, and now she's going to get him out alone in her car.
Let's get in the truck and follow him.
We can't drive.
Jethro kin.
Oh, I don't want Jethro getting no ideas from his uncle. Don't forget, he's been tonic, too.
Well, we has nothing to worry about. Jed's a man that can keep his feet on the ground.
Once he gets his arms around that girl, won't much matter where he keeps his feet.
By dingies, ma'am, if you hadn't brought her to a halt right when you did, we'd have gone right over that bluff. I'll get out and push her back on the road for you.
No, Mr. Clampett. I stopped here purposely.
Oh? How come?
Well, it's so beautiful and I'm so lonely.
Pretty woman like you. Why, I'd think these city boys would be standing in line for you.
Boys, yes. men know.
Well, I seen them here all ages.
Well, I'm afraid that years alone do not turn a boy into a man.
I reckon I know what you mean.
I blame that city down there. Something about it seems to close in on a boy and keep him small and immature all his life. Show me a boy that's grown up in the country, in the mountains especially, and I'll show you a man, a real man.
You're gonna think I'm making this up on account of what you just said. But I growed up in the mountains.
No.
Yes, ma'am. Don't let that Beverly Hills mansion fool you. I'm a mountain boy, born and bred.
Of course. Of course, I see it now. I see it in those cool, clear eyes, unclouded by smog. Eyes that have looked beyond a city skyline and seen the truth and beauty of nature. I see it in this rugged, handsome face. I see it in these strong but gentle hands. Hands that have dug into the good earth, put life into it, and brought it forth. Hands roughened by honest toil.
Take another look at the face.
Can you see anything of them? Not a sign. Where could they be all this time?
The preacher, if you ask me.
We should have followed them in the truck, like I said, and taken our chances with Jethro.
Now, don't shake your finger at me. It was your witch's brew that started this mess.
Don't you go calling my spring tonic any witch's brew.
Granny. We gotta stick together. If that young city snip gets her claws into Jed, first thing she's gonna do is get rid of us.
Oh, Jed wouldn't marry no city woman. Would he, Pearl?
Oh, Jed. What have you done to me?
Nothing, ma'am.
Oh, yes, you have. You've sentenced me to a life of loneliness, a life without love, a life unfulfilled.
Well, I don't know what you mean, ma'am. Honest, I don't.
I'll tell you what I mean. You set a standard no man could measure up to, a goal I could never achieve. Having met you, I could never care for a city man. Those weak and puny clothes dummies with their narrow suits and their narrow shoulders and their narrow minds.
Please, ma'am,
I have felt the muscles of a mountaineer ripple beneath my hands. Do you think I could ever be happy with anything less? No. I shall never marry. Better an old maid than a life with a man I could neither love nor respect.
Ma'am, don't feel that way. Pretty woman like you, smart and all. Why, it'd be a terrible shame if you was to never to get married and raise a flock of young'uns.
No.
Please, ma'am. I'd feel terrible if I thought you was wasting your life this way. Please change your mind. Well, Miss Gloria, if you're determined to marry a mountain man and none other, and unless you do it, your life will be ruined, maybe, and I get to know you better, I could find a way.
Oh, Jed.
Now, I ain't making no promises, but you set me to thinking. I reckon we'd best get back home and everybody get better acquainted.
Here they come, Granny. Here they come. If she thinks that she's gonna throw us out, I'll fill her so full of buckshot that she ain't even... There's that. He's coming up the driveway. Is they dragging tin cans behind the car?
Tell me, put that gun away. This situation calls for brains, not buckshot. Spy on it. Come
Oh, pretty near forgot your pocketbook.
Oh, those are some papers Mr. Drysdale wants you to sign.
Well, come on, let's get in here and get busy. Got a lot to do with signing and dancing and getting better acquainted. Well, I reckon the first thing I better do is sign them papers you got for me.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Is she wearing a wedding ring? Wait till she gets her gloves off. Don't see one. Good. Then they ain't been to the preacher.
What is all them, anyway?
Well, now this transfers your money from one account to the other. And this is your last will and testament.
They ain't been to the preacher, but they've been to the lawyer. And that's just as bad, or worse. We gotta stop him.
Oh, there you are, Jed. We've been looking all over for you. You give the doctor a terrible fright disappearing like that.
Yeah, he was afraid you might have fell in the cistern again.
What are you talking about?
Why, Jed Clampett, shame on you. You know the doctor don't want you to have nothing sharp.
Earl, what in the blue...
No, don't get excited, Jed. Doctor says it ain't good for him to get excited.
Well, what do you...
Oh, I almost forgot. Come on into the parlor. Got a surprise for you.
Surprise?
Hey, come on.
All right, what's a surprise?
Well, the surprise is what Pearl and me found out about that woman whilst you was gone.
What'd you find out?
She's a spy. For one of them foreign nations.
Which one?
Minneapolis, Wisconsin.
Poor old fella. He ain't been himself since that mule kicked him in the head. Shame. I suppose he's been giving you that story about having lots of money and this house being his and all that.
Well, I did get the impression that he was a very wealthy man, yes.
Don't have a cent. Not a red penny to his name.
Is that a fact?
But it ain't his fault, poor old thing. He didn't mean no harm.
The mule kick.
Shook a few things loose in the loft.
Leave Kansas City, Illinois?
Now, Granny, I want you and Pearl to stop all this nonsense and listen careful. You go out and round up Jethro and Ellie Mae. I want the whole family to get well acquainted with Miss Buckles here, because when you do, I just might have an announcement to make.
What about Jay?
You'll find out in due time, Pearl. Now, you and Granny go on, Scoot. This beautiful young lady here is going to teach me how to dance city style.
That's right, Mr. Drysdale. We didn't know who else to call. But we think this here woman's trying to get Jed's money. Well, she says her name is Gloria Buckles, but I don't know the... What? Oh, well, yes, sir. Yes, sir, we will. Bye. Mr. Drysdale must know that woman. He's a-coming right over.
Paul gonna marry up with her?
Oh, child, we hope not. We pray not.
Why, Granny? Well, I gotta look at her, and boy, she's pretty.
Beauty is only skin deep, son.
Well, she must have awful deep skin, because every place I could see was...
Oh, never mind. Now, Mr. Drysdale says we's to keep her here till he comes.
I'll watch her, Ma.
You watch your car.
How about I throw her down and set on her?
Good idea. I'll sit with you.
No, Jed ain't gonna hold still for nothing rough. Now, Ellie, you and Jethro keep an eye on things. Granny and me's gonna do some plotting and thinking.
What'd you say this one was called?
This is called the twist.
If the feller was to dance this in a fresh plowed field, he'd auger his way right into the ground, wouldn't he? Jethro, come on in. You want to dance?
I'd heap rather dance with her, Uncle Jed.
That's what I had in mind, boy. Miss Buckles, this here is my nephew, Jethro.
Hiya.
You teach him that there twist, and I'll teach it to Ellie Mae. This is my daughter I've been telling you about.
Oh, what a beautiful child. You and I are going to be such good chums.
Ma'am, I think he meant for you to dance with me.
We're in time, Chief. There's my car.
Yes. Now, where's your protege? That loyal, devoted, hard-working gold digger.
I still can't believe it. So shy, so retiring.
She'll be retiring if she hooks Jed Clampett.
Come on, Pop.
Yee-haw! Go, Uncle Jed!
This is fun.
Jethro, I reckon you better answer that door.
Okay, Uncle Jed. Well, howdy.
How do you do, ma'am? I'm sorry to intrude.
Howdy, folks. Come on in. Dig yourselves a hole.
Gloria Buckles.
Huh? Where?
There.
Oh, my thunder, it is. You imposter.
Jezebel!
You gold digger.
I have a bulletin for you two. You better be nice to me, or else after my wedding, you may lose your largest depositor.
Wedding?
Mr. Clampett. Have things gotten as far as actually discussing marriage with this woman?
Well, yes, Mr. Drysdale, they have. Her and me had a nice long talk about it, and that's the reason I brung her home, so she could meet the family, kind of get acquainted.
But
This pretty young city woman says that unless she can marry a mountain man, she just ain't gonna get married at all. I think we all agree that'd be a terrible waste.
Should we set the date now, Jed?
Well, yeah, near as we can. I'd say everybody willing that it'd be in about 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years?
Yeah, be that long before Jethro's 21.
Jethro! Hot diggity dog! I got me a wife!
Paul, ain't you gonna marry up with that city woman?
Oh, Ellie, us old foxes is trap shy, especially when the bait goes to chasing us.
You heard me, mister. Now you get going and get going fast.
Madam, I don't think you understand. I'm from the Internal Revenue Service. That's a department of the...
Hop in that puddle jumper and cut mud out of here.
But I only want to talk about Mr. Clampett's return.
He ain't going nowhere. And if you keep hanging around here, you ain't going nowhere neither.
Now, see here, madam, I insist... I'll be back!
I'll be waiting.
What's all the ruckus, Granny? Who was that?
Dad blame revenuer.
Well, I can explain that.
Well, the Treasury Department will appreciate it.
Now, this is the beautiful mansion you just visited, right?
Well, I would hardly call it a visit. Skirmish might be a better word. This is the house, yes.
And Mr. Landman, would you believe that 8 months ago they lived here?
No, frankly, I wouldn't.
I give you my word. The poorest, most uninformed people imaginable. Why, when an oil company tried to explore their swamp, old Jed's daughter hit him with a rock. Thought he was a revenuer.
What you got there?
Stranger?
Where'd you get him?
I beamed him with a rock.
What for?
He was skulking around down by the slough. Figured he might be a revenuer.
He ain't no revenue.
Then can I keep him?
Of course not.
Well, I caught him.
Don't matter.
Well, he won't be no trouble. I could keep him out in the smokehouse.
Ellie Mae, you can't keep people like they were dogs and cats.
Who's that?
Some feller Ellie found nosing around.
Beamed him with the rock so it'd be easier to tote.
They're fellas from the petroleum company.
What's a petroleum?
I don't know. He asked me if he could do some wildcatting down by the slough. I said, help yourself. We're glad to get rid of the critters.
What he said?
Just kind of laughed. The laugh's on him. There ain't no wildcats down there at that slough.
Heck no. It's too full of oil.
Are you trying to tell me they didn't know oil was valuable?
Even when the oil company geologists told them, they didn't understand.
Mr. Clampett, that swamp of yours is full of oil.
I could have told you that.
Well, my company would like to pump it out.
Yeah, I like that too, but I just can't afford to have it done.
Oh, no, you don't understand. You see, you wouldn't have to pay for it.
Oh, I don't take favors from strangers.
No, Mr. Clampett, you see, you're a very rich man.
Stranger, if money was skunk oil, a hound dog couldn't smell me.
It's your swamp. My company will buy that land while they'll raise so many derricks down there that...
Son, I gotta be honest with you, you couldn't raise turnips down there.
He's right. That ground looks black and rich, but it's so greasy you can just squeeze the oil out of it.
But that's what my company wants.
Maybe you better sit down for a spell.
Why, even after Mr. Clampett sold his swamp, he didn't know how much money he'd gotten until his cousin Pearl heard the news and came rushing over.
Stop this thing! Stop it! Hold on, Ellie! Heaven protect us!
Did they hit us, kid?
No, but I think they sure want the chicken house.
Jed, I'm sure sorry about the chicken house, but nobody got hurt. Jeffro, I told you to get rid of them worn-out brakes.
I did, Ma. That's how come we ain't got none.
Get on out and lift the chicken house back on its foundation. Jed?
Yeah.
Jed, Ellie Mae came running over to my place, and she said you sold the swamp to some oil company.
Well, yeah, I guess I did.
What did they pay you for it?
Well, he ain't paid me nothing yet. The Brewster fella said he'd bring the money later.
How much they gonna pay you?
Well, he said I'd depend some on how much oil they could pump out.
Well, he must have mentioned some figure. What was it?
Now, Pearl, you know that old swamp weren't worth shucks.
Jed Clampett, you got slickered and you're ashamed to admit it.
That's just what I told him.
Granny, how much they gonna pay him?
All right, I'll tell you. He said it runs somewhere between 25 and 100.
25 and 100?
I know it don't sound like much, but Mr. Brewster seemed to set great store by the fact he's going to pay me in some new kind of dollar.
There ain't no new kind of dollars.
Well, it's new to me. I've heard of gold dollars, silver dollars, paper dollars, but he says he's going to pay me in, what do you call them, Granny?
$1 million.
Yeah, that's it.
$1 million?
Well, he wrote the whole thing out on this piece of paper. Here, you can see for yourself. I don't know nothing about that kind of stuff.
Let's see here. Thanks in heaven. Granny, give me the jug.
It's empty, but I'll fetch some.
I'll go, Granny.
Jed, you're a millionaire. A millionaire.
Yeah, that's what that Brewster fella kept calling me. I didn't know just how to take it.
He meant you're rich.
Me?
The richest man in these hills. Maybe in the whole state. Oh, Jed, you can have anything you want. Do anything you want. Go any place you want.
Yeah, that's another thing he kept saying. He said he reckoned I'd be moving away from here soon. What do you think, Pearl? You think I ought to move?
Jed, how can you even ask? Look around you. You're 8 miles from your nearest neighbor. You're overrun with skunks, possums, coyotes, bobcats. You use kerosene lamps for light. You cook on a wood stove, summer and winter. You're drinking homemade moonshine, washing with homemade lye soap. And your bathroom is 50 feet from the house, and you ask, should you move?
Yeah, I reckon you're right. Man, be a dang fool to leave all this.
You know, Mr. Drysdale, in the Internal Revenue Service, we hear some pretty wild stories. But this corn pone to caviar saga of Jed Clampett tops everything.
Well, if you think it's been unbelievable so far, wait until you hear the rest of it.
What I can't understand is how a man so insulated from the rest of the world ever heard about Beverly Hills, California.
I can explain that in 2 words. Cousin Pearl. She's the one who had her sights set on California.
Oh, there you are, Jed. You misunderstood me. I meant you should move away. And you know where I'd go if I was you?
Where?
California.
California?
Yes, sir. Beverly Hills, California. I hear tell it's full of millionaires out there. And movie stars, too.
In what?
Movie stars. Jed, remember the time that your pa took us to Eureka Springs to see the movie picture?
Yeah.
Well, the actors that make them movie pictures live in Beverly Hills.
Go on.
Yes, sir.
Well, doggies. Wouldn't it be something? Living in the same neck of the woods with old Tom Mix.
It sure would. And we could come visit you. You know what else they say about California?
What?
It don't get cold out there.
What don't get cold out there?
Nothing don't get cold out there. They don't have no snow or no ice.
Can't they bring some in?
They don't want it. That's why it'd be so good for Granny. Remember last winter when she slipped on the ice and broke her hip?
Yeah, poor old woman. She was limping for 2 days.
Well, that couldn't happen in California because they don't have no ice.
How come?
I don't know how come. But Granny'd sure like it, and we could visit you.
Maybe Jethro'd know how come there's no ice. He's going to school.
We could ask you. Jethro!
Yeah, Ma.
Come on over here. Speaking of school, Ellie Mae could get herself a fine education out there in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Ma?
Your rich uncle's got a question he'd like to ask you.
What rich uncle, Ma?
Your rich Uncle Jade.
Jethro? How come there's no ice in California? Don't look at me. I didn't take it.
You didn't tell me.
Well, I didn't, Ma.
Oh, get out of here.
Well, you always do. I don't mean.
I was saying, Jed, folks claim California's got it all beat. Why, things grow twice as big out there.
Jethro'd be a whopper, wouldn't he?
He could help you move. He's awful handy at lifting and toting, and he could drive you out in my truck.
I'll tell you what, Pearl. I'm going to have to study on this. When that Brewster feller comes back, I'll ask him what he thinks.
Yes, it was Cousin Pearl who planted the idea of moving to Beverly Hills, but it was Mr. Brewster who made it possible.
Who's he?
Vice president of the oil company that bought Mr. Clampett's land. Yes, Brewster's often told me the story of that fateful evening.
Well, your cousin is right about that, Mr. Clampett. Beverly Hills is a choice residential area, and lots of millionaires do settle there.
Folks like me, huh?
Well, millionaires.
And movie stars, too.
Oh, yeah.
Is Tom Mix there?
No, I'm afraid Mr. Mix is dead.
Oh? Oh, yeah. What's the matter with me? Remember, Pearl, he got shot at the end of that picture.
Well, there are plenty other movie stars, and that's where Jed wants to live. Ain't it, Jed?
I do like the notion of living in the hills. Never could stand flat country.
Mr. Clampett, I think it only fair. That is, well, I think you may have a wrong idea about Beverly Hills.
Is that where you live?
No, my home is in Tulsa.
Well, say, maybe you could get us a place there in your neighborhood.
Mr. Clampett, let's not beat around the bush. You will love Beverly Hills.
Then that's it. Can you steer Jed onto a good place?
No, I can get the bank out there to handle it for him.
He'd like a nice big place with plenty of room for his kinfolk to visit him.
I would like a nice, roomy place if I could afford it.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, with your money, you can afford the Taj Mahal.
Okay, I'll take it.
Well, no, you see, I was just making a little joke.
Oh, well, go right ahead.
Well, you see, the Taj Mahal is in India.
Mr. Brewster, you're a nice fella, but I've heard better jokes.
Is the foreigner staying for supper?
I'm ashamed to say I ain't asked him. How about it?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, no trouble. What you cooking tonight, Granny?
Mustard greens and possum innards.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear that, Mr. Brewster?
Very clearly.
You change your mind?
Not this time.
Well, if you should happen to come back tomorrow, we'll be having leftovers. That's the thing about possum innards. He's just as good the second day.
What a family. So anyway, they packed up and came to Beverly Hills.
Well, it wasn't quite that simple. Mr. Clampett had his problems.
With $25 million, he had problems?
Ah, yes. The first one was his daughter. She didn't want to leave her friends.
Friends? I thought they lived in a completely unpopulated area.
They did. Her friends were not the kind you and I have.
Now, I ain't gonna be here to look after you no more. So you're gonna have to keep yourself out of trouble. Watch out for them coyotes and them bobcats and them hunters with guns. Stay out of folks' gardens, 'cause you know how it riles up Granny when you get in hers. Except when we're gone, you can have everything that's left. I'm sorry there ain't gonna be room enough on the truck to take you along. But maybe you wouldn't like California anyhow. Maybe I ain't gonna like it either. If I don't, then I'm a-comin' hightailing it right back here, and me and you'll set up housekeeping all by ourselves.
Ellie? Ellie Mae?
Yeah, Paul, over here.
You feeling all right, Ellie? You didn't eat your supper.
Sure, Paul. I just wasn't hungry.
Cold? You're shaking like a sumac leaf.
Oh, Paul, I ain't cold. I'm scared.
Scared? Why? There's nothing in this woods can hurt you, even in the dark.
It ain't the woods or the dark. It's going so far away. I don't know what it's gonna be like out there in Beverly Hills.
Why, it's gonna be just like here, except we'll have things a lot nicer.
Will I go to school and wear fancy dresses like city girls and put powder on my face and get my hair all fixed up in one of them there beauty parlors?
Why, sure you will.
Then I ain't going.
I want you to meet the Clampetts under different circumstances. You'll find them to be really charming people.
Including Granny?
Oh, yes. This time you'll get a completely different reception. I promise you.
Ellie Mae! You sound the alarm if you see that revenue man coming.
I will, Granny.
I'll blast him before he gets through that gate.
Of course, even after Mr. Clampett convinced his daughter to leave her animal friends, he still had Granny to contend with.
I guess she didn't like the notion of being uprooted.
That's putting it mildly. The way he tells it, she just downright refused to budge.
Ellie, if old Duke sits there with you, there ain't gonna be room for Granny.
Oh, that's all right, Paul. Granny ain't gone.
Who says she ain't?
She says she ain't.
That's right, Uncle Jed. She's just sitting on the back porch in her rocker, and she says that's as close to California as you're gonna get her.
We'll see about that. Dang if I ain't got me the muleyest women. First it's Ellie, now it's Granny. We ain't never gonna get there. What's all this nonsense about you ain't going to California?
Ain't no nonsense to it. If the good Lord had wanted me in California, he'd have put me in California.
Maybe he's just getting around to it. Book says he moves in mysterious ways.
Well, if he moves me, I'll go. But you and Big Jethro ain't a budging me.
Granny, this here Beverly Hills sounds like the kind of place you'd like. That Britcher fella says they got smogs out there.
What's a small?
Well, me and Jethro figured out that's a small hog. And you heard what Pearl said. They ain't got no snow out there. You could run your still the year round.
Run it the year round here.
Yeah, but walking down through the snow to the still always makes you feel so miserable.
I might feel miserable walking down. But the way I feels coming back makes up for it.
Hey, damn it, Granny. We've been planning and talking about this trip for days. You never said you wouldn't go.
Never said I wouldn't either.
But that Brewster feller has bought us a house in them Beverly Hills. He sent our $25 million to the bank out there.
Well, you just chase on out after it. I'm staying right here. And I ain't afeared neither.
Granny, I ain't leaving you here alone.
And I ain't a budging out of this rocker.
Let her roll, Jethro.
Only a man of Jed Clampett's strength and authority could have handled Granny.
He'll be there when we get to the Clampett place, won't he?
Oh, sure. You have nothing to worry about. There's the entrance up ahead.
Yes, I know.
There's a car stopping at the gate, Granny.
They closed the gate since I left.
I'll get it. You know, this reminds me of an experience I had when the Clampetts first moved in. I was leaving and found the gates closed. Hello. Hello. Mr. Clampett, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good, good. I need your help.
Sounds like you're inside the wall.
I am. Would you let me out, please?
Well, you bet I will. You stay right where you are. I'll get me an axe and have you out of there in no time.
He demolished 10 feet of wall before I could stop.
Granny, Mr. Drysdale's opening the gate.
Good. He's leading that revenuer right into a trap.
We ain't gonna shoot nobody.
He ain't nobody. Revenuers and buzzards don't count.
You go on inside and cook up some victuals.
Since when is a revenuer company?
Mr. Clampett, I'd like you to meet Mr. Lamb.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Clampett.
How do you do, Mr. Landman? Since you're a friend of Mr. Drysdale's here, I reckon you're welcome. But as you can see, we don't cut the revenuers.
I'm not a revenuer, Mr. Clampett. I guess back in the hills where you come from, I'd be a tax collector.
Back in the hills where I come from, you'd be a lot younger.
Oh? Was the climate that healthy?
Oh, just you wouldn't have lived to get this old.
Ed, is the revenuer staying to supper?
He ain't no revenuer.
Well, is the foreigner staying to supper?
How about it, Mr. Landman? You too, Mr. Drysdale.
You're not by any chance cooking mustard greens and possum innards, are you?
Not tonight.
Oh, we had them last night.
I'll stay.
Me too.
Tonight we is having leftovers.
That's the thing about possum innards. It's just as good the second day.
This has been a Filmways presentation.
Wonder how much money I ought to draw out.
Don't forget, I need school supplies.
And I need victuals for my critters.
And I need victuals for you critters.
I reckon I might as well draw out enough money to last us a month or two. Reckon $10 will do it.
Yeah, I never could sleep a wink with all that money in the house.
I told you not to drive with that hangover.
Anybody hurt?
I don't think so.
Well, no harm done, huh, kid?
Well, not to your car, but you kind of bent our bumper. I reckon I can straighten it out, though.
Attaboy. You going in the bank, old-timer?
Yes, sir. I was planning to.
Well, come with me. They know me here. Maybe I can do you some good.
I hope you'll forgive my stupid husband. Had a bad day yesterday with the nags, and he got stoned last night. So now he's got to borrow some money to pay off his bookie.
What's a bookie?
A little rat called Sam the Collector. Oh, Jim could only stay away from the horses.
Your husband likes horses, does he?
Loves them, especially losers.
Jed says a man who likes animals can't be all bad.
Here comes Uncle Jed, Granny.
Well, let's be on our way. Bye, ma'am. Glad there was no harm done.
So am I. What happened to you? Fall down in there?
Shut up and act hurt. That old geezer's worth $35 million.
What?
Faint. We'll sue him for a bundle.
Case of Johnson versus... You be seated. Proceed, Counselor.
As I was saying, Your Honor, I have prevailed upon my clients to appear today, although at the cost of great personal suffering to themselves. Bailiff, if you please.
Is them the people that run into us?
It sure is. What you reckon happened to them?
Something terrible by the looks of them.
Let's go see can we comfort them.
Your Honor, protect my clients from these ruffians.
You got a terrible memory for names. We's Clampett, except for Granny and Jethro.
Mr. Clampett, I declare you in contempt of this court. And I'm going to give you a fine of $100.
Well, thank you, but I didn't do nothing to earn no $100.
The fine of $100 is suspended. Now, please, take your seats.
Jed, where's the $100 he promised you?
Didn't you hear him, Granny? The judge spended it.
What right he got spending your $100?
Order in this court. The attorney for the plaintiffs will proceed.
Your Honor, the maimed and broken bodies of my clients speak more eloquently than any words of mine in condemning the criminal actions of this lawless family.
What'd he call us that time?
Lawless? I know a family named Lawless. Awful nice folks. Raise pigs.
You will prove, Your Honor, that on the day and date set forth in the complaint, said defendants did willfully and maliciously crash into the plaintiff's car, inflicting upon the bodies of the plaintiffs numerous and grievous injuries, for which we ask the court to award damages in the amount of $100,000 to said plaintiffs.
He can't even remember the Johnsons. He keeps calling them the plaintiffs.
Ain't no two ways about it. When it comes to recollecting names, that young feller's pitiful.
I want you to tell the court in your own words exactly what happened.
Well, Mrs. Johnson and I had just driven up to the bank where I hoped to borrow some money for my favorite charity, the Horse Lovers of America. And although we've been married for 20 years, Mrs. Johnson and I are still very affectionate.
Proceed with your testimony, Mr. Johnson.
Well, being affectionate as we are, we sat in the car for a few moments to speak of our love.
I love you, Jim Johnson.
I love you, Mabel.
What other man would borrow the money to help those poor old horses on their way to the glue factory?
Well, I do what my heart tells me. Mabel!
What is it, Angel?
There's an old truck careening down the street out of control.
Oh, Jim! He's heading straight for us!
Well, have no fear. I'll protect you, darling. And that's the last I remember, Your Honor. Those monsters crashing into us in an alcoholic stupor.
Come on, please.
Court is recessed for 10 minutes.
Who you reckon smacked into them people like that?
I don't know, but they was driving something called a stupor. What do we drive, Jethro?
I ain't sure, but I think it's called a Stutz.
Glad we wasn't there. We could have helped them.
Excuse me, mister. How do you get to the playground?
Playground?
Oh, yes, sir. He just called recess.
For my poor Jim's sake, I was glad he was unconscious so that he didn't have to see the worst part.
Would you describe what you mean by the worst part?
Well, you see, the impact threw my husband out of the car. There he lay on the street, broken and bruised. My precious darling. Did those insensitive beasts care? No. They actually seemed happy about it.
Let's back up and hit him again.
Yeah, that one about knocked him 5 feet in the air.
Why don't you learn how to stay out of people's way?
You brutes, look what you've done to my husband.
I'll bring him around. If this don't bring him around, he's dead.
My poor husband, whose precious lips had never before touched alcohol.
Your Honor, please, sir, Mr. Judge.
Yes, Mr. Clampett? Do you wish to question Mrs. Johnson?
Oh, no, sir. That poor woman's been through trouble enough. I just want to say that me and my family here is right good at tracking and trailing and hunting. And we'd be right pleasured if you'd let us go out and hunt down them rascals that was so mean to the Johnsons.
Mr. Clampett, do you expect the court to take those remarks seriously?
Well, I reckon I did brag a little too strong on us, but if we can't catch him, we got a hound dog named Old Duke. He can follow our trail a month old.
That's back again. Why, you just give old Duke the scent, he can get after it.
Is it possible that you people don't realize that you are the accused?
What do you mean?
You are the folks who caused these injuries to the Johnsons.
Us?
Who says so?
They do.
That's a dad-blame lie. We wasn't even fighting.
Bailiff, restrain these people.
What do you mean? We're straight for you.
You want to fight? You want to
If you ask me, this is a heck of a place to spend recess.
That fella said he put us in here to cool off. It's hotter in here than it is in there.
Well, there's one good thing. He's going to give each one of us $100.
Fine. That's what I say. Fine and dandy. Jed, you look like you're counting hairs on a hog's back. What you studying on?
I'm studying on this whole situation, Granny. Why would the Johnsons haul off and say we'd done something that we didn't?
Well, maybe they's fibbing to get the money.
Maybe they's text.
I agree with Ellie. Way I got it figured, that accident they had knocked their memories loose.
I coulda. The way they's bandaged up, they must have took some awful hard knocks.
Granny, supposing you make some poultices for the Johnsons, then that'll draw the hurt out of their heads and they'll be able to remember what smashed into them.
I'll do it, kid. And I'll whomp up a great big dose of wretchweed tonic. There ain't nothing like wretchweed to get you thinking straight.
All right, folks. Judge adjourned court till after lunch. And then he wants you all back in that courtroom on your very...
There he goes, spending our money again.
I'm going to ask the court for a judgment by default. Those hillbillies aren't coming back. They've probably left town.
Hope we didn't keep you folks waiting. We hurried the best we could. Didn't even stop to eat.
For a piece over at our place.
You clearly got a lot of fixing to do.
And you're gonna feel a heap different when I get done with you.
How dare you threaten my clients?
Quieten down, little man. Ain't nobody threatening nobody.
They're back, Your Honor. All rise.
You can uncover the grits, but keep the lid on the baked pasta.
Well, how about the chitlins?
They're just as good cold.
They sure is, Granny. Smells good, don't it, Judge? We'd be right pleasure to have you join us. Everybody, we got plenty.
Thank you. That is very nice of you.
Oh, not at all.
You realize how long you've kept this court waiting?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Judge, but we done the best we could. Granny was working like a whirlwind, baking possum, cooking grits, making tonic, and fixing poultices.
I am not interested in what Granny has been doing.
I wouldn't rile her up if I was you, Judge. Not on an empty stomach. Granny gets right ornery when she ain't eat all day.
I am also not interested in her dietary idiosyncrasies. Bailiff, remove that food from this courtroom.
Hold on. We's hungry.
That's your own fault for being late.
I wouldn't say too much about being late if I was you. This is the second time today you've come in here in your nightgown.
Tell me, Jethro, do you like to drive that old truck?
Oh, yes, sir.
Do you like to drive fast?
Oh, yes, sir, but I'm
Just
always...
answer the question, yes or no, and tell the truth. How do you like to drive fast?
Yes, sir.
Were you driving fast the day you crashed into the Johnsons' car?
Oh, no, sir.
Were you driving slowly when you crashed into their car?
No, sir, but
That's
I'm
all,
always...
thank you.
But
Now,
I'm
step down, please. Next witness. Granny, I understand that you make very good moonshine whiskey.
I call it my rheumatism medicine.
I see. But it is quite potent, quite strong.
Well, you don't want to stand too close to a fire when you uncork it.
Yes, well, now then, Granny, do you sometimes carry a jug of this rheumatism medicine around with you? Take it on trips, say?
Only when I get my twinges.
Well, were you having twinges the day you and your family crashed into the Johnsons?
No, and we didn't...
That's all, thank you. Now then, Ellie Mae, when the old truck here crashed into the Johnsons' car, would you show me just where you were sitting?
Well, I was sitting right there, but we didn't...
That's all, thank you. Mr. Clampett, how many guns do you have in your home?
Well, Granny's shotgun, and Jethro's lever action, my pistol, my squirrel rifle.
You needn't go on, Mr. Clampett. That's quite an arsenal you have.
Thank you.
You're used to carrying a gun, aren't you?
I've been toting a squirrel rifle since I was knee-high to a jackrabbit.
And I understand you're quite a good shot.
Back where I come from, if you didn't shoot good, you didn't eat.
I see you shot only for food.
Yes, sir.
And you were very poor.
Yes, sir.
And then oil was discovered on your land, and you became very, very wealthy and moved to Beverly Hills.
Yes, sir.
But isn't it a fact, Mr. Clampett, that in spite of all your millions, you are still frequently seen carrying a gun?
Yes, sir. You see,
Now, just answer the question, yes or no. Do you, to this day, frequently carry a gun?
Yes, sir.
Were you carrying a gun the day you and your family crashed into the Johnsons?
No, sir, and we didn't.
That's all. Thank you. Step down.
No, sir.
What do you mean, no, sir?
Ain't all, and I ain't stepping down. Not until I've said a few things.
Your Honor, I object.
Now, Counselor, I have been very lenient with your conduct of this case, just as I have been very lenient with the conduct of the defendants. However, since Mr. Clampett here is the defendant and will bear the financial burden if judgment is against him, the court wishes to hear anything that is relevant and pertinent to this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Clampett, let us hear what you have to say.
Thank you. Well, to begin with, there ain't nobody told the real story about what happened the day the Johnsons backed into us.
I object, Your Honor. There has not been one shred of evidence or testimony supporting the allegation that my clients backed into the defendants.
That is very true, Counselor. Perhaps now we might have it. In the meantime, you be seated.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you may proceed, Mr. Clampett, realizing, of course, that you're still under oath to tell the truth.
Well, Your Honor, I learned how to tell the truth so long ago, I reckon it's become a habit. And what with making a promise on the good book, I'm going to be extra careful.
Proceed.
Well, me and my family drove down to the bank. And then we drove on home, and that's the last we seen of the Johnsons till somebody come to the house and told us to come down here to the courtroom.
You may cross-examine.
Well, that's quite a story you told, Mr. Clampett. Very simple and very sweet.
Just the truth, like I promised.
You're innocent of all these charges against you, aren't you? You've nothing to hide.
That's right.
Then why, Mr. Clampett, did you not answer the summons and complaint served upon you by the county marshal?
Summons and complaint?
That is right, complaint. This is a complaint, Mr. Clampett. In fact, it's a copy of the one delivered into your hands.
Is that a complaint?
It is. Why didn't you answer it?
Would you mind reading that first line there?
The people of the state of California send greetings to J.D. Clampett.
That just didn't seem like no complaint to us. And as for answering it, well, Jethro says there's pretty near 18 million people in California. We just couldn't hardly see how we could get around to greeting them all back.
Any further questions?
Not right now, Your Honor.
Court will recess for 30 minutes, after which we'll hear final argument.
Mrs. Johnson, I'd like to have a little conference with you and your husband before court resumes. Do you know where he is?
Probably out calling his bookie. Dr. Bookman.
Another thing, you told me your husband was a teetotaler. After lunch today, I thought I smelled liquor on his breath.
That's his medicine for pain.
Hey, Mrs. Johnson, are you sure that you and your husband are telling me the complete truth about this case?
What do you mean? Are you siding with that millionaire against us poor crippled people? Bodies all aching and racked with pain?
It's just that Mr. Clampett's story was very convincing. And there were no witnesses to the accident.
You told me we didn't need any witnesses. You said because they didn't answer the complaint, we didn't have to bring in any witnesses.
But you mean you could have brought in witnesses?
All you want.
All rise. Counsel for the plaintiffs ready for his final summation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, sir, Mr. Judge, could I say something that might save us all a lot of time?
You any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Proceed, Mr. Clampett.
Well, sir, if it's all right with you, I'd like to go ahead and give that $100,000 to the Johnsons.
Do you admit the claims made by the Johnsons?
Well, no, sir, it don't. But he deserves the money, and I can afford to give it to him more if he needs it.
Would you mind telling the court why you think he deserves it?
Well, Your Honor, I got a daughter here, Ellie Mae, and I reckon she means more to me than just about anything in the world. And during the recess, when I seen Mr. Johnson with his daughter and seen how much he loved her, just like I do Ellie Mae, well, it kind of tore at my heart.
What daughter?
Shut up. There he was in his wheelchair in that little room across the hall, and in walked this beautiful girl with the long red hair, and I knowed right away she was his daughter because she walked up to him and she says, "How's it going, Daddy?" Judge, Your Honor, with no nurse to help him, that brave man got to his feet and stood there straight and tall so she wouldn't see he was suffering. And he hugged her and he kissed her, and right then is where I found out she was a heap like my daughter, fond of critters. Because he said, "Marcia, darling, when I get this 100,000, I'm going to take you to Mexico and we're going to watch the ponies run."
Ain't enough for that.
Your Honor, these developments surprised me as they did you. I asked to be relieved from the case at once.
Request granted. This court finds for the defendant.
Bailiff, bring those plaintiffs back into this court immediately. They're to be held for perjury.
This has been a Filmways presentation.
Can I help you, Granny? Sure can, Ellie. I must be getting old. This clothes basket is heavier than a bucket full of hog's livers. Don't touch it. It's haunted.
I bet you little Jasper crawled in there to get warm.
Who in tarnation is little Jasper?
Ain't he cute, Granny?
I declare another pussycat. Only this one's all broke out with spots.
This here little feller's what you call a jaguar.
Where'd he come from?
Critter Doc drove to zoo, said he comes all the way from South America.
Down Louisiana way. Nice country. Said he'd bring you home to wean. He says, I got away with critters. But you better get away with this one before your pa sees it. He's getting a craw full of you dragging home them critters.
Where is Pa?
Out front, soling shoes.
Come on, little Jasper. I better hide you, baby.
It's me, Pearl. Don't you want to kiss me?
Didn't want to nail us together, Pearl. My doggies, it's good to see you.
It's good to be here.
I thought I heard Pearl's voice.
You did,
Pearl! You old rascal, you're surprised us. How are things back home?
Fine as frog's hair.
Why didn't you let us know you was coming? We'd met you at the airport.
Oh, Daddy spoiled the surprise. Besides, I didn't want to take Jethro out of school. And Mr. Drysdale offered his limousine and livered chauffeur. Thanks a heap. Jed, give the chauffeur a tip.
Come on, Pearl. Come inside. Tell me all the news.
Oh, just a minute, young feller. Got a tip for you.
Thank you, sir.
Plant your corn early this year.
It's good to see you.
Well, tell us all about Jeffrey getting married.
Did you have a big fancy wedding in your parlor?
Sure she did. Pearl's been planning that for years.
It didn't quite come off the way I planned it.
What happened?
You know, I had Jeffrey all set to marry Albert Ledbetter, that tall spring bean of undertaker over to Ripley.
Good, steady fella, Al. Best undertaker in the whole county.
Only undertakers in the county.
Nice feller, too.
Oh, Granny, I wish you could have seen the way he decorated my parlor. Well, you couldn't walk for the flowers. They weren't all strictly fresh, mind you, and some of them still had the black ribbons on them.
Oh, flowers is flowers.
Al never was one to waste nothing.
Well, what happened, Aunt Pearl? Didn't Cousin Jethrine marry up with Undertaker?
Stood him up, eloped with another man.
There goes my free funeral.
Well, tell me, Pearl, who'd Jethrine elope with?
That drummer from Joplin, Jasper Depew.
Why, he weren't no more than half her size.
I reckon love ain't measured by a yardstick, Granny. And they do look happy. Sent me a snapshot from Turnersville.
That old Al Ledbetter take it, Pearl. Jethrine stand him up like that.
Took you to school.
Gotta have an examination first, Granny.
Stick out your tongue. You're healthy. Get back to school.
Granny, I reckon he's got to be examined by a doctor.
I've been doctoring better than 60 years.
It's gotta be a doctor that's what they call a MD.
What does that stand for?
Mr. Doctor, I reckon.
Run upstairs and take a bath and put on some clean underwear and get over and see him.
Okay, Ma.
I sure hope Dr. Twombly don't examine his brains.
Analysis is progressing most satisfactorily. Tomorrow, same time.
Yes. Well, thank you, Dr. Twombly.
And don't worry about the regression into infancy syndrome. You'll overcome this desire to be a baby again.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
And you thought you had some beauties, Dr. Freud.
Oh, Doctor, there's one more patient. His name is Jethro Bodine.
This is my golf day. You know I don't take patients after 11 o'clock.
He was referred by Mrs. Drysdale.
Oh, all right. Call Dr. Black and tell him I'll meet him on the golf course at 12:15.
Yes, Doctor. Doctor, this is Jethro Bodine.
Howdy.
How are you, Jethro? Make yourself comfortable on the couch right here.
Thank you.
Well, would you like to tell me all about yourself and why you're here?
Well, why I'm here is that I can't go to school till I get examined by you.
I see. Just lie back and relax.
Well, thank you.
Now, suppose you tell me about this problem you're having at school.
Well, my biggest problem is staying awake while the teacher's talking.
Well, that might be nothing more than a benign subconscious rejection of authority represented by the teacher. It doesn't mean that you necessarily lack interest or capability or intelligence. Above all, you mustn't let this cause you any distress. Together, we will probe into the underlying causations and... So good to feel needed.
Little critter just scared the living daylights out of your Aunt Pearl. Now, something tells me it just might be yours.
awful sorry, Pa. I plumb forgot I hid him in Aunt Pearl's dresser drawer. He just loves to get in betwixt clothes and snooze.
Give me a terrible start, Eddie. I thought it was a fur muffin. Started to stick my hand in and he bit right down on it. Oh, I let out a yell, I can tell you.
I heard you clean down to the cement pond. You're yodeling better than ever.
Granny,
I reckon a ornery critter like this ought to be outside instead of in the house scaring folks.
Oh, leave her, stagehead. I'm commencing to like her yodeling.
Oh, Granny. Has anybody heard anything of Jethro? He's been at that doctor for a good spell now.
Ah, rest easy, Pearl. There's a lot of boy that examine.
Now, Jethro, during your few waking moments, you have managed to tell me that your mother's a widow.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'd like you to tell me all about your mother. I'm very interested in her.
And don't blame you. She's pretty.
That's fine. Now then, Jethro, what's your relationship to your mother?
I'm her son.
Yes, I know that. But how do you feel about her? Do you like her?
Oh, I sure do. She's a dandy, huh?
Does she ever give you hostile emotions or aggressive tendencies?
Well, she would if I asked her for 'em.
Yes, well, suppose we talk about your father. Do you remember him?
Oh, yes, sir. He used to take me hunting. Taught me how to shoot with a rifle when I was just a little feller.
Oh, you were good buddies when he was alive.
Oh, yes, sir.
Did you miss him?
I never shot at him.
Well, suppose you tell me about the rest of your family. Do you have any brothers?
No, sir. But I got a sister that's got one.
Well, that would be you, Jethro.
No, sir. Her name is Jethro.
Why don't you go back to sleep for a while?
Oh, Granny, wait till you see what all's in here. Every last thing you asked me to bring back from the hills.
Oh, bless you, Pearl. Pacoon root. Pearl, you'll never know how I needed this. When you simmer this in slippery elm tea, it is first rate for chills and fever.
Dried crawdad tails.
Big rascals, too. When they is ground up to powder. You can't beat it for easing headaches, curing warts, and seasoning sauerkraut.
Catfish whiskers. Oh. Salt water. Oh. Dogwood bark. And the skins from 3 full-grown newts caught at midnight under a full moon.
You ain't gonna believe this, but you just can't buy these in Beverly Hills.
That's a fact, Pearl. Jethro drove me up to 5 big department stores out here, and not one of them had a newt skin.
When it comes to charms and potions, you might just as well not commence unless you got the midnight moonlight caught, fully grown newt.
Pearl, did you do all this gathering yourself?
Oh, no, not yet. I had company, especially for the midnight moonlight newt hunt.
Anybody I know?
Oh, 3 of the most marriageable men in the hills.
That'd be Jack Cantrell, Widower Lloyd, and Old Man Casey.
Oh, he ain't so old. I declare, I had to watch out more for him than the newts.
I'm surprised you didn't get married while you was back home, Pearl.
Oh, I had plenty of chances, Granny, but I got sport living out here. So I'm gonna hold out for one of them good-looking, snappy-dressing, money-spending Beverly Hills fellas. Wild honeycomb.
Honeycomb and Mountain Dew. Best thing in the world for quinsy.
Mountain-grown flaxseed.
Nothing better for poultices.
Old George McQueenie sent that to you.
I'll take it anyway.
Ma.
Well, what'd the doctor say? Are you well? Are you healthy?
I never did find out. But when that Dr. Twombly heard that you was my ma, that's all he talked about from then on.
Talking about me?
He must ask a dozen questions about you.
But, Jethro, I don't even know the man.
Well, he sure knows about you. He'd like you to come to his office to see him.
When?
Well, he says the sooner the better. And he's a good looker, too.
Bet you Mrs. Drysdale told him about me. I'll hurry and put on my store-bought hair and my society dress.
Jethro, this Dr. Twombly, a pretty nice fella?
Yes, sir. But he's awful nosy, though. Never stops asking questions.
Shows he's interested.
But there's one thing about him I ain't gonna like. He's a messy writer.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. You know how Ma's always fussing at me for spilling ink in my writing book?
Yeah?
Well, he showed me one of his books, and Uncle Jed, it's the biggest mess of ink blots you ever saw.
Doggy's Pearl, you're prettier than sun up on a Monday morning.
Ma, that dress shines like a new tin can.
Well, I reckon that's just about the fanciest dress ever.
Even the things that don't show is fancy.
I got the truck waiting, Ma.
Jethro, that truck's a mite breezy when you're wearing high society clothes and someone else's hair. I'm going in style today.
I'll get the door, Ma. Howdy.
At your service, Mrs. Bodine.
Now, this is the way to live. Oh, I just hope that doctor's looking out his window when I drive up. Au revoir.
Ain't no two ways about it. When it comes to style, nobody plows a deeper rut than Pearl.
Mrs. Bodine, how nice to see you. I'm Dr. Twombly.
Bonjour, s'il vous plaît, I'm sure.
You obviously are a more sophisticated woman than I was led to believe.
Merci, n'est-ce pas?
Excuse me. Step over to the couch and make yourself comfortable. Oh, sit down. Sit down. Relax. Let's get acquainted.
Don't you get the wrong idea just because I talk French.
Bodine, you don't.
You bet I don't.
Here you are, Doctor. And I postponed your golf date until 3.
Thank you.
Dr. Twombly?
Yes, but I'm busy right now.
I'm sorry, you cannot see the doctor without an appointment.
I wouldn't count on that, ma'am. It might be a good idea for you to leave the room.
Who are you?
Name's Jed Clampett, blood cousin to Pearl Bodine.
Good. It's all right, nurse. Mr. Clampett, I'm glad to see you.
Before I shake your hand, maybe I better speak my piece.
By all means. Sit down.
I'd rather stay on, thanks, and I'll get right to the point. Back where I come from, we don't take kindly to anybody trifling with our female kinfolks.
But, Mr. Clampett,
I take into account that this is a big city, and your ways are probably different than ours. When my cousin Pearl tells me she hadn't no more than said howdy, and you commence pulling her to the settee. By doggies, that's dropping a rusty bucket down my well.
Mr. Clampett, you don't understand. I do this every day. I'm a psychiatrist.
But I'd try to get cured of it if I was you. Because you're liable to wind up bad hurt.
Oh, let me explain and apologize for the mistaken impression.
You can come out the house, explain to Granny, and apologize to Pearl.
I'd love to come to your house. I want to meet every member of your family.
Well, that'll be fine. But keep a tight hold on your feelings. I reckon Cousin Pearl can look after herself, but I got a daughter, Ellie Mae, and I catch you making one move in her direction, you're going to find yourself weighing about 3 bullets heavier.
Pearl, drink the sassafras tea. I bolstered it up with a little Mountain Dew. Calm you down.
Thank you, Granny.
Pearl, I wish you'd wear this thing or put it away. I keep thinking it's one of Ellie's critters. A bit ago, I tried to feed it a saucer of milk.
Pearl? You do something different to your hair? Oh, Pearl, Jethro and me brung that Dr. Twombly home here so he could apologize to you.
Oh, I got it. No mirror in here. I hope you didn't whoop him to where he's no good for shooting.
How you gonna shoot nobody, Granny? That's why I come in here first.
You whooped him too bad, huh?
Whoop my toe.
How come?
Poor feller's so sickly, he gotta have a nurse handy all the time. Jethro, bring him on in here. Dr. Twombly, this here is Granny.
I'm pleased to meet you, Granny.
He don't look too sickly to whoop.
You want me to whoop him, Granny?
You go look for some chores.
What, for instance?
Put some air in the truck tires.
They won't hold no more air, Uncle Jed.
Well, then let some out and then put some in.
I never get to do anything I want to do. Somebody's always saying, do this, do that, put air in, take air out. I don't know.
Granny, where's Ellie?
She's out back running a new Jaguar around the yard.
Well, I'll go fetch her. I reckon you'll be safe with them.
Sit down, Doctor.
Thank you.
So, you call yourself a doctor, do you?
Well, I do hold several degrees.
All right, Doctor. How do you cure warts?
Warts?
Yeah, warts.
Well, dermatology isn't my field, but I assume electrodesiccation is still a preferred method. Oh, is there a newer method?
Stump water and lye, mixed with ground up crawdad tails, daubed on with the leg bone of a buzzard, just before the moon comes up. Think you can remember that?
Well, I'll try.
How do you cure quinsy?
Quinsy? Tonsillitis.
No, that wouldn't cure it.
It's an inflammation of the pharyngeal area.
I don't care what you call it, that wouldn't cure quinsy. Quick, what kind of poultice for rising in the ear?
Poultice?
What's acidity for?
Well,
How would you cure the vapors?
I...
What about the drowsies? Aching joints, stone bruises, corns, dander, twinges, and proud flesh.
These things are outside my field.
A doctor goes where he's needed. He don't just stay on his own land.
Now, you sit right back down. Remember what I told you. Hey, this here is Dr. Twombly.
Howdy.
How do you do? Are you the young lady with the new Jaguar?
I sure am. You want to see it?
Well, yes, I'm an enthusiast myself. Is it in the garage?
Yeah, out in the yard. Come on.
Now, you sit right there. May, bring it in the house.
A Jaguar in the house?
Is it all right, Pa?
Yeah, as long as you don't take it upstairs again.
Bonjour again, Doctor.
Oh, Mrs. Bodine, I am so sorry my actions in the office were misconstrued.
They was downright forward, but if you want to court me proper, you can come into the parlor.
Uncle Jed, looky here.
How'd that happen?
Well, I was blowing air into it like this here. When all of a sudden, pow!
Jethro, I told you and I told you, use the pump. You always bust the tires when you blow them up by mouth.
Okay, Ma. Hey, is he going to be my new daddy?
Me?
I reckon that's up to him, Jethro. We do have a nice parlor for proper courting.
Watch out, Pearl. Here comes Ellie and her Jaguar.
Well, goodbye, folks. It's been weird.
Doctor, wait, we got a big couch in the parlor.
Yes, I suggest you get on it. All of you. I'll send someone over.
Well, he run out on me.
Hey, Ma, you want me to catch him and tote him back?
Let him go. Let him go.
But, Granny, it might be my only chance to get a Beverly Hills doctor.
Doctor my foot. Unless Ellie brings home a 6-foot duck, you ain't never gonna run into a bigger quack.
sorry you got all tangled up in the rope.
Well, I am rather helpless. If a man were to try and kiss me now, I couldn't resist.
You couldn't?
No, I'd be at his mercy.
Don't worry about that. Ain't no man gonna kiss you while I'm here.
Jethro, you are like a magnificent skyscraper with an uncompleted penthouse.
Thank you.
Oh, that reminds me, Dr. Twomley is most anxious to see you again.
Well, I'm anxious to see him, too. He never did give me my certificate of health for school.
Well, Dr. Twomley is not an internist or diagnostician. He works in the field of psychiatry.
Well, as soon as he gets done working in that field and gets back to his office, I sure would like to see him.
Well, he's in his office now, but what I want to explain is...
I better hustle down there right now. Miss Potts says without I have a doctor's certificate, I can't graduate into the 6th grade.
Jethro?
Oh, good morning, Granny.
Morning, Miss Hathaway. Where's Jethro? I told him to string me a clothesline in here. I'm gonna have to take a hickory switch to that boy again.
He's gone, Granny, but you don't need a clothesline.
I sure do. Can't hang him outside. It's gonna rain today.
But, Granny, you have an automatic clothes dryer that... Rain today.
That's right.
Oh, I just read the weather forecast in the morning paper, and it says fair.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty fair rain.
Granny, the Government Weather Bureau says no rain today.
Is that a fact?
Granny? Oh, howdy there, Miss Hathaway.
Howdy.
Granny, your soap's hardening up real good.
I best go out and start cutting it into cakes. It's gonna rain today.
Miss Clampett, perhaps you can ease Granny's mind about this rain.
Oh, that don't vex Granny none. She likes rain. Besides, it don't rain enough out here.
It's not going to rain today.
Who says it ain't?
The U.S. Weather Bureau.
Who's he?
If I had to narrow it down to one he, I guess I would have to say chief meteorologist.
Yeah, them Indians is pretty good at reading rain signs, but I'll go along with Granny.
The United States Weather Bureau does not depend upon rain signs. It is a vast complex of highly skilled meteorologists working with the latest scientific equipment. They send balloons tens of thousands of feet into the air to measure wind velocity, barometric pressure, moisture content, and temperature. Their radar network scans the weather all over the continent. Their weather satellites are out in space circling the globe. Now, what does Granny have to compare with this in making a weather forecast?
Twinges. Them little stabbing pains in her bones.
I know what twinges are, but they can hardly be considered dependable weather prophets.
I reckon they're as good as balloons. Granny's got other ways of telling when rain's on the way. She studies ants and spiders and listens to the way the owl hoots and other things.
I'm afraid superstitions and omens cannot compete with knowledge and experience.
Well, I'm glad you're coming around to our way of thinking. Where's Jethro? Granny's gonna want him to tote that soap in before it rains.
He's gone to Dr. Twombly's office.
Good. He's gonna need that health certificate at school.
I got to have it before I can graduate to 5th grade. You're in the 5th grade? Yes, sir. Fixing to scoot right on up into the 6th quick as you can give me my certificate of health.
Jethro, a simple physical examination's no problem. I want to explore your mental capacity, your cerebral region.
Should I take off my shirt?
No. That won't be necessary. Just make yourself comfortable on the couch over there.
What did you do to your thumb?
Oh, I have a patient who thinks he's a dog.
I hope this examination won't take too long. I got to get to school before it rains.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that, Jethro. It isn't going to rain.
Oh, yes, it is. Granny says so. When Granny says something's going to happen, it happens.
Sounds like she has remarkable powers.
Strongest little woman you ever did see.
I meant clairvoyant powers. Would you say she's a medium?
No, sir. I'd say she's a small. But she's strong as a medium, and if she ever took a switch to you, you'd know it.
Has she ever taken a switch to you?
Oh, she sure has. Woo.
And you stood for it?
Last time stood for pretty near 2 days.
Sounds like your grandmother is rather savage.
Sometimes she's as ornery as a mud wasp in a dry gourd.
Violent temper.
I'll say.
You're afraid of her?
Oh, yes, sir.
She's vicious?
Well, that's a fact.
Mean?
Darn tootin'.
Cruel?
Oh, yes, sir.
You hate her?
Granny? Why, she's the sweetest little woman that ever lived.
But you said she whips you.
Well, she sure does.
How often?
Just as often as I need it.
Jethro, you're quite a remarkable boy.
Oh, is the examination over?
No, just right. Now, you say you don't hate your grandmother. But how do you feel about your Uncle Jed? Is he a strict disciplinarian?
Uncle Jed says that's nobody's business.
What?
He says it don't matter what you're...
Hey, doggers, I bet you Beverly Hills ain't never seen a dress like that.
You have my word on it.
It ain't so much.
Ain't, she says. Look at her, grinning like a butcher's dog.
You mean you did this all yourself?
Every puff, ruffle, gusset, gore, and eyelet. Let's go show it to Granny and Jethro.
Oh, Mrs. Bodine, Jethro is in Dr. Twombly's office.
Miss Hathaway, how well do you know that there Dr. Twombly?
Well, I'm not a patient of his, but he has a very big reputation.
I think I know how he got it.
What do you mean?
I wasn't in his office for 2 minutes, and he tried to lure me to his couch.
Well, he does that with everybody. He's a psychiatrist.
Yeah, he admitted that to me, and I told him he ought to try to get himself cured.
Psychiatry is what he practices.
Well, he ain't gonna practice on Pearl.
Now then, Jethro, as I've already explained, sometimes we have hostilities and aggressions which are so deeply hidden from our conscious mind that they reveal themselves only in our dreams. Now, please, try again to recall for me a few of your dreams. Jethro. I want you to tell me about your dreams.
You keep asking me about my dreams, but you won't let me sleep long enough to have one.
Let's forget about the dreams and go back to your conscious relationship with your family. Now, we've established that you love your mother, adore your grandmother, and worship your Uncle Jed. How do you feel about your cousin Ellie Mae?
Dr. Twombly, there is times when I'd like to whoop the tar out of that girl.
And just when is that?
When she whoops the tar out of me.
What do you mean?
Well, she's all the time wrestling me down, getting a toe hold or an arm lock on me. And that's smart.
You mean to tell me that that beautiful and fragile-looking girl can engage you in combat and emerge victorious?
No, sir. But she can whoop the tar out of me wrestling.
And that makes you angry?
You bet.
You want revenge?
Yes, sir.
She disgraces you?
Yes, sir.
Shames you?
Yes, sir.
And you hate her?
Ellie Mae? Well, shucks, no. I'd cut off my right arm for her.
Jethro, don't you hate anybody?
Well, I'm commencing to get a mite put out with you for not giving me my certificate of health.
All right, Jethro. You take this note to Dr. Wilson across the hall, and he'll give you your certificate for school.
Thank you. Oh, howdy, Mr. Drysdale.
Well, Jethro, hello.
You going in to see Dr. Twombly?
Briefly, yes.
Do you hate your mother?
No.
Well, don't tell the doctor. Seems to disappoint him something awful.
Come in. Hello, Jane. Oh, Milburn. Oh, biting nails again?
Your wife was scheduled for this hour.
Yes, I know. She just called me from the beauty parlor. She's running a little late there and felt she needed that more than this. And I have to agree.
Your wife's doing fine. She's greatly improved.
Oh, really? You know, it's hard to believe that once she was worse than she is now.
Oh, I'm greatly indebted to both of you for putting me in contact with that wonderful Clampett family.
Fascinating, aren't they?
Remarkable. Jethro is the most uncomplicated teenager I've ever met.
Well, the whole family's uncomplicated. Happy as hogs in a mud waller.
You are close to them.
I'm proud of it.
You're just the man to get me back in their good graces.
Oh? What happened?
Jethro's mother misunderstood my invitation to the couch. I'm persona non grata up there.
You just come with me. I can fix that.
Wonderful. I'm especially anxious to question Granny. That little woman is a walking encyclopedia of mountain medicine, superstition, and phenomena. She absolutely fascinates me.
By dingies, Ellie Mae, you're prettier than a red-winged blackbird sitting on a yeller pumpkin.
Thank you, Granny. But it's Aunt Pearl's dress that does it.
Is this all handwork lace, Pearl?
Oh, every stitch of lace, braid, ribbon, and bow. I put a lot into that dress.
Ellie Mae puts considerable into it herself.
Ellie Mae? Miss Jean here's got a right dandy idea. She wants to take you out shopping for some other dresses.
What?
Now, don't get your hackles up, Pearl. I reckon she wants to save this one for best.
Exactly. A dress like this should not be worn too often.
It would be a chore to wash and iron it. That's the truth.
Well, now, run along, girls, but be back before 3.
Well, do we have to, Pa?
Well, you don't want to get caught out in the rain in that dress. That's when you said it was going to come down, wasn't it, Granny?
It's going to start to shower at 3 o'clock.
Granny, it isn't. Never mind. Come on, Ellie Mae.
Granny, maybe I ought to ride into town with them and stop off at Dr. Twomley's office. See what's happened with Jethro.
Pearl, don't throw yourself at that goomer doctor.
Oh, he ain't no goomer doctor.
Well, he ain't a regular doctor. I asked him. I says, how do you cure warts? And he commences giving me a lot of talk about a electric needle. Right quick, I says, how are you going to thread it? With baling wire? He had no answer for that one.
Maybe he ain't just the best doctor that ever come along, but I kind of like him.
Well, I still say don't throw yourself at him, Pearl. If you want to see him, I'll conjure him over here.
How?
My love charm. I got him all wound up. All it needs is a little starting powder and you to say the magic words.
Granny, I don't hold with conjures and love charms.
Pearl, with your boy in a Beverly Hills school, why do you want to stay so ignorant?
They don't use this kind of stuff in Beverly Hills.
That's why it's so powerful out here. They don't know how to fight it. Open the pouch a mite, and I'll sift in a little starting powder, and then you hold it to your heart, and you say the magic words.
Granny, I don't know how to do it.
I'll show you. Now you watch. Darling, darling, my true love, come a-swooping like a dove.
Oh, Granny! Granny! There's somebody here to see you.
Granny, I couldn't wait to see you again.
Great clouds and gnats, I conjured them for myself. Get away from me, it's Pearl you want, not me. Toads and buzzards, bats so mean, switch the spell to Pearl Bodine. Get away from me! You hear me? Stay away from me! You stay away from me!
But, Mr. Clampett, you don't understand. I
Just calm down, Dr. Twomby. Over here and sit on the sofa while you get a grip on yourself.
Well, I'll be getting back to the bank, Gene. I see you're in good hands.
No, Milburn, wait. What's going on? Explain it to me.
He explained the behavior of these uncomplicated people to Beverly Hills' leading psychiatrist.
No, Milburn, wait.
Sorry. I want to pick up my wife at the beauty shop before the rain.
Rain? What rain? The forecast says clear.
You'll learn. So long, scientist.
Mr. Clampett, I am perfectly all right. All I want to do is see Granny.
I know that, but you gotta control the urge till she can break the spell.
What spell?
The one she throwed on you by accident.
I'd like to talk to her about it.
You would, but just simmer down a little first.
I told you that love charm would work twice as powerful on these Beverly Hills men.
I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
I tried to switch it over to you, but it had too strong a hold on him. I'll have to break the spell now with my letting go powder, and then start all over for you.
Now, understand me, I don't blame you for the way you feel. Ain't no finer women growed in the whole world than in the hills back home. Now, you take my cousin Pearl.
Powder, powder, white as snow, make the spell of love let go. The spell is broke, Jed. You can let him go now.
Oh, Granny, wait, what did you do to me? Come back. I want to talk to you. Granny, please.
Granny, looks like the spell ain't broken.
Never seen a man held so tight in the grip of love.
You gotta remember, this feller's a psychiatrist to start with. Now stay right where you are, Doctor. I'll bring Granny in to see you just like I promised, and Pearl, too.
Jed, how do I look?
Fetching as a fat hog on market day. Let's go see how Granny's doing. Granny. Doggy, you'd scare away vultures.
I do appreciate this, Granny.
Me too. Come on.
I'm glad to get shit of the rascal. Why, they must be 30, 40 years difference in our ages.
At least.
I'm not about to get mixed up in one of them May and December courtships.
Here they are.
Bonjour, Monsieur Doctor.
You didn't let... I never got... you didn't let...
Pearl, I never see a spell to beat this one. I got him settled down. I think I found his weak spot, Pearl.
What's that?
He's mighty fond of music. Come on in, yodel for him.
Jed, I just can't bust out yodeling for no reason.
Well, don't worry. I'll lead you into it real natural.
Well, I just hope it helps to get his mind off Granny.
Me too, Pearl. I'm getting awful tired of that young feller a-chasing me. Why, there must be 20 years difference in our ages.
At least. Come on, Pearl.
By dingy's daisy, it was your love charm that got him started. But maybe it's your own charm that keeps him going.
Oh, say, Dr. Twombly, did I ever tell you about my cousin Pearl here being an extra fine cook and housekeeper?
Yes, you did.
Did I tell you about her dressmaking?
Yes?
Sock darning and shirt mending?
Yes.
Well, speaking of yodeling, at least, Pearl. Ever hear anything like that, Doctor?
Never.
You got any requests?
Yes, I'd like to see Granny.
I'm back at school, Granny. Ain't you spruced up?
Quiet down, boy. There's company in the parlor.
Who?
Dr. Twombly.
So that's how come you so fancy dressed up and smelling with vanilla extract.
Of course not.
Well, he's right taken with you, Granny. He's been asking me a lot of questions about you.
Don't be silly. Why, there's at least 5 or 10 years difference in our ages.
How many?
Oh, tuck away. It's going to start to rain.
But, Granny, the paper says that...
Scoop when I tell you.
Did I hear Jeff? Oh, here you are, Granny. Thank goodness. At last, maybe we can be alone together for a little while. I've got so much to talk to you about.
Before we begin, I want to remind you that I ain't no spring chicken.
I couldn't care less. I'm glad you're the age you are.
Well, you ain't exactly just hatched out of the egg yourself.
So much the better. Gives us more in common.
Well, as long as you got your eyes wide open, let's go into the parlor.
No, wait. I've got a better idea. We'll only be interrupted in there. My car's out front. We'll go for a drive. We can talk much better that way.
Is that your car out front with no top on it?
Yes, I always take the top off this time of the year.
Well, we can't go driving because it's going to start to rain.
No, it isn't.
No, I'd say it is.
But I heard the news on the way over. The weather forecast is for clear skies.
What time is it?
A little before 3.
It's gonna start to shower any minute.
No, it isn't.
No, I say it is.
What makes you think so?
I've been reading the signs.
What signs?
The way the ants is banking the dirt up in front of their holes, and the owl is hooting close to the house during the day.
Fascinating. Come on. You can tell me all about it while we drive around.
I told you I ain't going driving in the rain.
But, Granny, it isn't going to rain.
You are the muliest goomer of a doctor I ever did see.
Come on.
Come on, Granny, help us coming.
See? I knew this would happen if we stayed here.
Leave him be, Jed. We's old enough to know what we's doing. Besides, he's got to get his car under cover before the rain hits.
It isn't going to rain. Now, look, let me show you. Look! Did you ever see such a clear blue sky, such a... What's that black thing?
That's a rain cloud. My doggies, Granny, you hit it right on the nose.
Oh, my tongue!
That poor fellow's going to get soaked, but I reckon a cold shower won't hurt him none. Might even broke the love spell you throw it on him, Granny.
Oh, I don't care about that no more. Things wouldn't have worked out between him and me no way.
Well, what do you mean?
He's too old and set in his ways.
Granny, Jethro said you want him a Benny Rooster for something.
I sure do, Ellie. I just heard that Jane Hathaway is sick of bed, and I want to cook her up a nice big pot of chicken broth.
Well, that's not... Granny, you ain't fixing to cook Earl.
Oh, of course not, Ellie. But I figured you could turn him loose in the neighborhood, and he just might bring home a plump little hen. Good-looking little fella here, Earl.
Well, Granny, I don't reckon Earl wants you to cook none of his sweethearts neither.
Well, maybe you're right. Just turn him loose outside. And if a chicken hawk shows up, Jethro can bag him. They make awful good broth if you simmer them long enough.
Jethro tells me Miss Jane is ill and you're fixing the doctor for her.
That's right, Jed. Trouble is, I don't know for sure just what she's got. What she told you, Jethro?
Oh, she's got something called sick benefits.
Sick benefit?
Yes, sir. Well, I called her apartment this morning to find out could she come to supper tonight. And she says, I'm sick in bed, Jethro. And I says, well, Granny will come on over and doctor you. And she says, well, you tell Granny there's already a doctor on the way because I got sick benefits.
I bet she's something like a sick headache or maybe a sick stomach.
I reckon it's worse than that, Ellie, because this is catching.
Is that fact?
Yes, sir. Miss Jane says pretty near everybody that works down at the bank has got sick benefits.
That's because they don't wear ass-affinity bags.
Appears to me like Mr. Drysdale got himself a heap of trouble down to the bank.
Is Mr. Drysdale sick too, Jethro?
No, I asked Miss Jane that. And she says the executives, that's the higher-ups, like the vice presidents, they don't have sick benefits.
Probably because they eat better and they get more rest. And they wear ass-affinity bags around their neck.
Well, I reckon we all ought to pitch in and help Mr. Drysdale. He must be mighty short-handed down to the bank.
Well, I can help count the money. Arithmetic is my best study in school. I'm up to 12 times 12 now.
Well, how much is 12 times 12, Jethro?
Wait a minute. Okay, now hold up 2 fingers. Okay. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36.
Now, never mind, Jethro. We's all right proud of you, but right now we all better hurry down to the bank, see how we can help Mr. Drysdale. Come on, everybody. I'll go in first. The rest of you wait here.
How come?
We don't know how catching that sickness is.
Miss Hathaway, how can you do this to me? Now, you know the bankers' convention is in town, and I'm making the keynote speech. What Well, you haven't finished writing it for me. Now, listen, couldn't you come in today and be sick tomorrow? 103 fever. Well, I'll turn on the air conditioning. Don't pay any attention to Dr. Murphy. I know him. He's trying to make a big thing out of this so he can collect a big fee. Oh, fine, Doctor. I knew you were there. That's why I made a joke about it. Huh? Oh, of course. Certainly. Yes. Keep her in bed. Goodbye, Doctor. Come in.
How do I, Mr. Drysdale?
Mr. Clampett, hello. What can I do for you?
Well, I reckon right now it's what can I do for you? We heard about all the sickness.
Oh, don't let that concern you.
Anything you need?
Well, nothing except a secretary, a new doctor, a speechwriter, and someone to take over my work.
For a fellow with all them troubles, you sure keeping your spirits up.
Well, I try to keep laughing so I won't cry. Oh, will you answer the door?
Oh, howdy, young feller. You want to see Mr. Drysdale?
Yeah.
Come in, come in.
No, not today. Now, leave me alone.
See you later, Mr. Drysdale.
Yes, and thank you so much.
Just being neighborly.
Who was that?
Never mind him. Who are you?
Oh, we met the other day when I started to work here, Mr. Drysdale. I'm the new teller trainee. My name is...
What do you want?
Well, sir, I noticed that you were without a secretary, and, well, I thought I might be able to help.
You take shorthand?
Oh, I don't mean me, sir. However, there is someone from the secretarial pool that I'd like to recommend.
Oh? Who?
Well, the chick, the young lady at the first desk, I believe her name is Kitty Northcross.
The one that wears the tight sweaters?
Yeah. Does she? Oh, I only observed her efficiency.
Yeah. Forget it.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, Skipper.
Who?
Well, sir, I just got out of the Navy, and I like to consider this bank my new ship, and you my new captain. And I'm proud to be aboard, sir, because I know that your genius will pilot this ship of finance through the reefs of adversity and the stormy seas of competition until we drop anchor in the harbor of success.
Bilgewater.
Aye, aye, sir. Thank you, sir.
And now to continue my speech. Gentlemen, it is my observation that a bank is like a ship. Its president, the captain. It is his responsibility to pilot that ship through the reefs of adversity and the stormy seas of competition until he drops anchor in the harbor of success. At this point, take a sip of water and wait for applause.
Oh, good, Ellie, you're all ready. We best be getting down to the bank quick as we can.
Well, Pop, do you reckon I know enough to be a banker's secretary?
Shucks, yes, Ellie, especially since I'm going to be the banker.
Oh, did Mr. Drysdale take sick?
Oh, he had to speak at a convention. He says all he needs is a secretary, a speechwriter, a new doctor, and somebody to do his work.
Granny's a dandy doctor, but who can write speeches?
Well, Jethro found one in a book already wrote. He's in there helping Granny now mix some medicine for Miss Jane.
Now my secret yarb. Don't stand too close to it while it's working, Jim.
That'll cure Miss Jane, huh, Granny?
It'll cure anything. I gave it to a sick horse one morning. That afternoon, he won a race.
You doctored a racehorse?
No, a plow horse. He never raced before.
Jethro?
Financial difficulty. Let us take them aboard and safely sail them back to the shores of prosperity. Gentlemen, bon voyage. Beautiful.
beautiful, Skipper. Just beautiful. Listen, the door was open and your voice drew me in here like a magnet. Could I go to the convention with you and hear the entire speech?
No, you cannot.
But, sir, you're my idol.
Well, you're pretty idle yourself. Now get back to your cage and do some work.
What a voice. Sir, you were born to command. In the Navy, you'd have been an admiral.
Well, I was in the Army. Corporal in the Quartermaster Corps.
Great outfit, sir. Backbone of the armed forces.
Get back to work.
That voice. You and General MacArthur. Legends in your own time.
Out.
Pleasure, sir.
Where did personnel dig up that nut? General Drysdale. Right there. Oh, hello, Margaret. What? You want me to pick you up at the beauty shop? When? But, dear, you know I'm making the keynote address at the bankers' convention. All right, darling, I'll cut it short. Will you stay out of here, you nut? I'm sorry. I thought it was someone else. I'm terribly upset today.
That's why we's all pitching in to help. Ellie here is going to take Miss Jane's place while Granny gets her well.
No, you don't have to do that.
Oh, it's no more than any neighbor do.
Well, I do appreciate your kindness. I'm running late, so please make yourself comfortable. See you later.
Oh, Mr. Drysdale, here's your speech.
Oh, I did forget it, didn't I? Thank you, Jethro.
Well, you will.
Well, goodbye, all, and thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.
He's gone, Paul. Reckon you in charge now.
Are you going to take his place, Uncle Jed?
Sure going to try.
Well, sit down to your desk and go to banking. I want to see how you do it.
Me too.
Are you banking yet, Paul?
Well, I reckon not, Ellie. I'm just waiting to bank.
How do you do it, Uncle Jed?
Well, according to Mr. Drysdale, banking is mostly giving people money when they need it.
I'll get it, Paul. That's what a secretary's supposed to do. Howdy, this here's Mr. Drysdale's office, but Mr. Clampett's in charge now. Yes, sir, you bet you can.
Howdy there. You need money? Well, come right on over and get it.
Hot diggity, he's banking now, man.
Come in, Mr. Northcross.
Gee, Mr. Billington.
Just call me Bob, doll.
Was this going to be my new office? Bob Doll?
Could be, honey. I've been speaking to Milburn about you.
Milburn?
The president, baby, the president.
Oh, Mr. Drysdale.
And a girl, oink.
Oink?
Just a term of affection, doll. It means I'm a hog about you.
Oh, that's cute. I think.
Swell. Now, listen, about tonight, this apartment where you live, can you cook there?
Well, I don't know. I've never tried.
You got a stove?
I think so.
Well, how about a can opener?
Oh, I know we've got one of those. I used it the other night to open a bottle of wave set when we did our hair. Mother and me.
Your mother lives with you?
No, I live with her.
Swell.
Rescuing the Army of American citizens from the Dunkirk of financial difficulty. Let us take them aboard.
That's enough, Jethro. No wonder Mr. Drysdale needed himself a speechwriter. That's pitiful.
I didn't understand it.
Me neither, and I'm a banker.
Well, I reckon I'd best get out to Miss Hathaway's desk. I ain't sure I know what to do.
Well, just watch others, Ellie, and do like them. That's the way we learn.
Yes, sir, Pop.
Now, listen, honey, is your mother going to be home tonight?
We're going to set our hair again.
Well, hello there.
Hello there. Well, she's sitting at my desk.
Get lost, honey, huh?
But Bob,
Mr. Billington.
Well, Mr. Billington.
Wait, in the vault.
Well, what about tonight? Can I tell Mom you're coming by?
Not tonight, honey.
I don't need my hair set. Hey.
Hey.
This is gonna be wild. Tell me something. You don't live with your mother, do you?
No, sir, do you?
No, sir. What's your name?
Ellie Mae Clampett.
Well, there it is, Ellie, and you may clamp it. You don't by any chance wrestle at night, do you?
Oh, I like to wrestle anytime.
Scooby-Doo.
Well, Scooby-Doo, you want to wrestle now?
Later, baby, later. Listen, suppose I drop over to your place tonight.
Well, fine.
You haven't got a roommate, have you?
No, sir, I got a room all to myself.
Now, listen, here's the action. I swing by your pad about 7. I bring some bossa nova records, and we trample a few grapes, huh? Then we blast off to the local coffee shop, one where they don't hit me for too much bread. Then we swing back to your pad for a little moon orbit. Do you dig?
Oh, yes, sir.
Crazy.
Whenever Pa goes fishing. I dig his words.
You wouldn't put me on, would you?
Why, sure. Jethro? I ain't tall enough to put you on myself, but Jethro can do it.
What's this? Who's Jethro?
Yeah, Ellie Mae?
This little fella wants to be put on some.
Okay. Where would you want me to put you, little fella? Oh, I'd like to be put on your list of friends.
Mr. Drysdale's office, but he ain't here.
I got it, Ellie Mae. Howdy there. This is Jed Clampett speaking. Can I do some banking for you? Oh, howdy, Miss Drysdale. You want to get picked up over to the beauty shop? Well, I can send Jethro right over in the truck. No, your husband ain't here. He's over to the bankers' convention making a speech Jethro give him.
And now, gentlemen, it's with a great deal of pleasure that I introduce our keynote speaker, the distinguished president of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, Mr. Milburn Drysdale.
Fellow bankers, fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation. Well, now, some of you seem to be amused because I have chosen the humble words of Abraham Lincoln to keynote this convention. But those of you who understand banking at its highest level will understand the significance of these words as I say, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
Paul, this here's Mr. Wilson, the man that called you about borrowing money.
Well, howdy there, Mr. Wilson. I'm pleased to meet you. Sit down a spell.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Hey, have a smoke?
Yes, thank
Ellie Mae, hey, Mr. Wilson, like a nice cold pitcher of spring water or some coffee or tea or something.
Would you, Mr. Wilson?
No, thanks, young lady.
You look all tuckered out.
Yes, I am. I've been going from bank to bank trying to borrow some money.
Didn't they have none?
Well, none that they wanted to loan me. You see, Mr. Clampett, my chicken ranch is mortgaged to the hilt. I've no credit, no collateral. I need money to buy feed.
Oh, we got a vault full of it. How much money you need?
See, if I just had enough... Are you kidding me?
Ellie Mae, take him out of the vault and show him the money.
No. I mean, would you really lend me the money?
Well, that's what banks is for, ain't it?
Well, yes, but I'm poor. I have no security.
Ain't no shame being poor as long as you're honest.
How do you know I'm honest?
Well, if you wasn't, you'd be telling me about how much you got instead of how much you ain't got.
Mr. Clampett, I've never met a banker like you before.
Oh, shucks. Mr. Drysdale can outbank me any day in the week.
He must be a wonderful man.
You bet he is the best banker around here. Now, how much money would you like to have?
Well, sir, I really need $5,000, but I can squeeze by on 3 or 4.
Ellie Mae, go fetch this man $5,000.
Yes, sir, Pa.
Bring him a cup of that cider that Granny sent down to ward off sick benefits. Doggone if he don't look like he's coming down with it.
Okay, Pa. Now,
from a secret yard.
What is your secret yard, Granny?
Oh, I dasn't tell you, Jethro. Why, if that was to ever fall into the hands of the enemy, the North could win the war.
I told you, Granny, they done won it.
No such thing. We's just laying back, letting them think they did. One of these days when they ain't looking, we's gonna jump 'em.
You gotta believe me, the South done got whooped.
You go cut me a hickory switch and meet me in the woodshed, and I'll show you who got whooped.
That's another thing I keep telling you. We ain't got no hickory tree and no woodshed.
That's right. I guess I'm getting old and feeble.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, open your mouth and close your eyes. Granny's going to give you a little surprise.
Oh, good.
Swallow that. That'll keep you well and learn you not to talk Yankee nonsense.
Hey, Doc. I hear some square put the bite on your old man for a gang of bread.
What?
But he laid $5,000 on him.
Oh, you mean Mr. Wilson?
That's a cat. How'd he get it?
Well, he told Paul he needed it for his chickens.
You're kidding. What would chickens do with all that money?
It was for Mr. Wilson to buy feed. He's got a chicken ranch.
And your dad gave him $5,000 for chicken feed?
Why, sure, Paul's got 35 million.
35 million?
And he likes folks that raises critters.
Do you think he's got time to see a young critter raiser?
Why, sure, go on in.
I'll dig you later, Jack. Mr. Clampett, sir, my name's Bob Billington, and your lovely daughter told me that you could spare me a few moments of your valuable time.
You bet I will, young fella. What's on your mind?
Well, sir, I work here at the bank, but my heart's back on the ranch. The chicken ranch, that is. Or was, till I lost all of my chickens. Sweet little critters.
How'd you lose them?
Well, sir, I'm not sure. I just woke up one morning and they were gone. I guess one of them left the gate open.
What kind of chickens were they?
Just regular kind, you know, with the wings and the feathers and those crazy-looking feet. Mr. Clampett, if I could just borrow $10,000, then I could get back into the business that I love, raising chickens.
I see. How many chickens you want to start with?
Oh, about $10,000 worth.
How many roosters?
Oh, no roosters, just chickens. These days, you gotta specialize.
Ellie Mae?
Oh, howdy, Mr. Drysdale. How was your speech?
Sensational. The high point of the convention. Listen, did a man named Wilson come in here to borrow some money?
Yes, sir, and Paul gave him $5,000.
Oh, bless him. That's what did it.
Did what?
Got me named Banker of the Year. They're putting a plaque in the lobby calling this the Bank with a Heart.
How come?
Well, 6 banks were secretly nominated for the honor. Wilson went to each bank, and this is the only one that gave him money.
Well, that poor man needed it.
Wilson? Oh, he's the biggest poultry rancher in the world, and a stockholder in all 6 banks. Oh, is your wonderful father still in there?
Yes, sir.
How about it, Mr. Clampett?
I'm going to give you just what you need.
Great, lay it on me.
A little advice. Get back to your job and forget about chickens.
You were born to command, sir. The voice of authority, the greatest I've ever heard.
What about me?
You are the only one who cuts him, Skipper. What a privilege it is for a young fella like me to see 2 great leaders together. It's a summit meeting, recreated.
Out of my office, out of my bank. You're fired. You're an irresponsible loafer.
May I give you as a reference, sir? Pleasure having served under your command, sir.
Granny, this here's Mr. Billington, and he wants to court me.
Is that true, young feller?
It ever love it is, Granny.
And you got sick benefits?
Loaded with them.
Open your mouth and close your eyes, and Granny will give you a little surprise. Swallow this.
Hey, you know something? When I was in the Navy, I tasted some jungle juice on Okinawa.
Good-looking young feller. Good dancer, too.
I reckon that's the new dance he's been wanting to teach me. It's called the Bossy Nova.
Granny, you out here?
I'm over here, Jed.
Granny, is that you?
Shucks, no, Jed. I got prettier feet than that. Prettier drumsticks, too.
Well, them is them fancy towels Mr. Drysdale give us.
Yeah, he says they're beach towels, but we use them right here.
Granny, we've got company coming, and I reckon you'd like to get some victuals going.
Who's coming?
Well, one of them rich, high society Beverly Hills fellows named of Armstrong Doozer McHugh III.
Third what?
Third Armstrong Doozer McHugh, I reckon.
You mean to tell me that them McHughes named all three of their young'uns the same name?
I reckon that's it.
Well, it's none of my business. But dogged if I can see where Armstrong Doozer is such a good name.
Yeah, kind of confusing, too. I reckon that's why they call him first, second, and third.
How'll this feller get acquainted with us?
Well, he ain't yet. Jethro invited him over here to meet us, but between you and me, I think it's Ellie Mae he wants to meet.
Yeah, Jethro's always bragging about his pretty cousin.
I told her there's a fella coming over to meet her, and she promised to put on her prettiest dress.
Well, when that Armstrong Doozer gets a look at Ellie, he's gonna forget what number he is.
Over here, Ellie. Ellie Mae Clampett, there is a fella coming to see you.
Well, what's wrong, Pa? I put on my prettiest dress.
Ellie Mae, look at your feet. Ain't got no shoes on.
Well, I'll go put them on.
Come back, Ellie Mae. I just can't think of no quicker way to kill a romance than to meet a feller toting a skunk in your arms.
Jed, here he comes.
Is this the Clampett residence?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
He's older than I figured.
And wearing a uniform.
Jethro didn't say he was in the Army.
It's all right, Jed. It's Confederate grades.
Well, howdy there. I'm Jed Clampett. This here is Granny, and I reckon you must be Armstrong Doozer McHugh III.
Oh, no, sir.
The second?
No, ma'am.
That explains him being older. He's the first. Jethro, Armstrong's here.
Sir, you don't understand. Excuse me.
Mr. Clampett, I am Armstrong Doozer McHugh III.
Well, howdy there, Armstrong. I fear you're mighty young for Ellie.
Sir, I'm here to play with Jethro. We're classmates in the 5th grade.
Granny, shake hands with Armstrong Doozer McHugh III.
Howdy, third.
I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
Mighty big spread of years between the first and the third.
Appears to me the second would be just about right for Ellie.
Big Jethro!
Oh, please, sir, please. Master Armstrong is very delicate.
Jethro won't hurt me. He's my friend.
But you might get a nosebleed at that altitude. Master Armstrong is under the care of several specialists. He's very sickly.
Wilkins, please.
Last week we had nurses around the clock.
Even got a sick clock.
Master Armstrong, please. You're not to get excited. Would you like a tranquilizer?
No.
Come on, everybody. Let's go in the house.
I got some victuals cooking.
One moment, please. I must go in the house before Master Armstrong.
I'm sorry about Wilkins, but he has his orders.
What in the Sam Hill are you doing?
This is an allergy spray.
He ain't got no allergies.
Master Armstrong has several.
And spray him.
You don't understand. This spray settles the dust in the room.
Dust in my house? Why, if you weren't wearing the uniform that I dearly love, I'd ram this down your throat and reach in and push the button.
Granny, calm down.
Well, I just mopped and cleaned in here just this morning.
Madam, the air is filled with minute particles invisible to the naked eye.
I don't see him.
Hope you brought your swimsuit, little doozy. We got a dandy big cement pond here.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know how to swim.
Oh, Jethro will learn you.
Sure. Oh, no. Master Armstrong's not allowed in the water.
No wonder he's got all them allergies. A good hot bath with lye soap. That's what he needs.
Lye soap? Master Armstrong, I don't think I should leave you here.
Please, Wilkins.
Well, I'll take your temperature and blood pressure before I go.
No, Wilkins, I feel fine.
Oh, very well. With whom shall I leave the young master's schedule on rest, diet, medication, and telephone numbers of doctors?
Well, if it's anything to do with Doctor and Granny, here's the best.
Very well. There you are. Now then, antihistamine pills, tranquilizers, acid pills, anti-acid pills, vitamins, iron, liver, yeast extract, antibiotics. Open up, Master Armstrong. It's time for your throat spray. Just a precautionary measure to see that he fights off the respiratory virus.
If that rascal comes around here, I'll fight him. Over to school, all the big fellas is always picking on little doozy.
But not when Jethro's around.
Oh, I almost forgot. The oxygen tent is in the car. Where shall I set it up?
Tent?
Yes, sir. Master Armstrong usually spends an hour a day in it.
Oh, you like camping, do you? I'll say he does. He's happy as a itchy pig rubbing against a real fence.
Speaking of pigs, I got some hog jowl stewing and a possum pie in the oven for this little feller's lunch. Come on.
Hog jowl? Possum pie? Do you intend to feed those things to Master Armstrong?
Why, don't he eat that good at home?
Oh, he has an extremely delicate digestive system. At present, he's on a diet of special Swiss yogurt. We hunted all over Beverly Hills to find it.
Jethro, get out your rifle and hunt down one of them Swiss yogurts.
Okay, Uncle Jed. Oh, and I'll take little doozy along to make sure I shoot the right kind.
Sure. Reckon Granny will know how to cook it once she sees it. Does it run or fly?
Neither. Yogurt is inanimate. It just lies there.
Ain't gonna be much sport to shoot, Jethro.
That's a fact.
Hi, has anybody seen little Charlie?
A dog! Go away. Master Armstrong's allergic to all animals.
Ellie! Charlie got in the kitchen.
Ah! A skunk!
Oh, city feller, I wouldn't do that if I was you. He might just return the favor.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've all finished.
Go right ahead and chuck it in there, young feller.
Excuse me. Come on, little doozy. You promised to help me with my homework. He's the smartest kid in school.
Oh, I'd rather be able to swim and climb trees like you.
Well, you help me with history, and I'll teach you to swim and tree climb.
And I'll learn your wrestling, so as the big kids won't be picking on you.
Oh, I'd like that. And perhaps I could assist you in some subject. How about English?
Thank you, little doozy. But I done been learned to talk fat. Kinda got a hankering for history, though. What you studying in that?
At present, we're on the Civil War.
You mean the war betwixt the Yankees and the Americans?
Well, you boys can run along now. You're excused.
Just a minute, Sonny. Who'd they learn you won that war?
Granny, these boys got study to do.
I want an answer to my question. He's paying school taxes. And I want to know that they're learning our young'uns the truth. Now, who did they say won? The North or the South?
Oh, I wish I was in Dixie down south, the south.
Hush up, Jed. I can't hear the boys answer.
Why, madam, every true student of history knows that glorious armies of that brilliant and beloved leader, General Robert E. Lee, were never really defeated.
Hallelujah. Stay for supper.
Come along, Jethro.
Hey, little doozy, didn't our history teacher over to school say that...
Oh, I wish I was in Dixie down south.
Smart little feller. But I gotta learn him the right words to Dixie. I spoke to young Master Armstrong. And he told me to tell you that he ain't ready to go home yet. He's having too much fun.
He's not permitted to have fun. It's bad for his blood pressure.
Well, I'll tell him when he comes down out of the top of that tree.
He's in the tree?
Say, that little rascal can climb like a squirrel. Soon as his hands get toughened up, he'll be as good as Ellie Mae.
I insist upon taking him home immediately.
I told you, he don't want to go home yet.
That makes no difference. He's going.
Hold on a minute. I don't want to tangle with no soldier in the Confederate grave.
This is not a Confederate uniform. Now remove your hand and lead me to Master Armstrong.
And if I don't?
I'll have to take him by force.
Is that a fact?
Like Grant took Richmond.
What did you say?
I shall take him like Grant took Richmond.
That's what I thought you said.
I'll be back.
Well, you better bring Grant with you, and his whole army.
But, operator, I must talk to Mr. or Mrs. McHugh. Have you tried Rome? Paris? How about Zurich? Well, try Zermatt. Maybe they're climbing the Matterhorn. Well, try anyway. Maybe their hotel has a long extension cord. Operator, this is urgent.
I thought I told you to ski that.
Call me back. My area code is 417 zone 328, and this is mobile 089-303-52. Never mind. I'll call you.
You didn't take a gun to the governor, did you?
He ain't no governor. He ain't even a Confederate. And what's more, he ain't got all his turnips.
You mean he's touched?
He was a-sitting in his automobile pretending to be talking on the telephones.
I wonder how come so many of them kinds seem to wind up out here in California.
Sorry to interrupt, Chief, but Wilkins here has an urgent problem concerning young Armstrong Deuce McHugh III.
Oh, what is it?
Well, to fill you in, Chief, Armstrong Deuce McHugh III's father, Armstrong Deuce McHugh II, has appointed the bank executor of his will, administrator of his estate, and guardian of Armstrong Deuce McHugh III in case something should happen to Mr. and Mrs. Armstrong Deuce McHugh II. And that is why Wilkins here, and very wisely, has come to you in this crisis.
What is the crisis?
I forgot. Oh, yes. Young Master Armstrong is being held a prisoner.
Call the FBI. Do you know who has him?
A hillbilly family called the Clampetts.
J. Edgar Hoover, please.
Never mind, hang on. Wilkins, the Clampetts are my next-door neighbors, my largest depositors, and my personal friends.
And the very salts of the earth. Sorry, Chief.
But, Mr. Drysdale, young Master Armstrong is extremely frail and delicate, and the Clampetts refuse to give him the proper food or rest or medication. They're exposing him to great danger.
Get the Clampetts on the phone. They won't harm the boy.
But I'm afraid they already have. They've got him climbing trees and eating possum pie. Delicious. But they're violent people. Granny threatened me with a shotgun.
What did you say about the South?
The South what?
Granny! Jane Hathaway here. Could you call young Armstrong Deuce McHugh III to the telephone?
I don't hardly think so. He went out to the cement pond to swim.
Thank you, Granny. Goodbye. Nothing to worry about. Master Armstrong is in swimming.
But he doesn't know how to swim.
But, General, I don't know how to swim.
Oh, don't let that worry you, little doozy. We can learn anybody. Why, heck, Ellie Mae even learned her cat.
Come on, Rusty.
Look there.
Come on, Rusty. Did you have a good swim?
See, little doozy? There's nothing to it. Now, you just watch me and do as I do.
little Doozy.
I'm afraid, Jethro.
You got nothing to be afraid of. Why, Ellie and me is right here.
And Rusty, too. I'll do it if Big Jethro commands me to.
Big Jethro says, dive in and swim.
Look, Jethro, I'm swimming!
You sure are, little Doozy. You just done swum right out of your swimming suit.
Nice and soft here so nobody won't get hurt none.
Can you really teach me to defend myself against those big bullies at school?
You betcha. Now come at me like you're fixing to hurt me. Really ought to learn you on someone bigger than myself. Mr. Poolman,
Yes, Miss Clampett?
would you help us out for a minute, please?
Why, certainly. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to learn this here young fella how to protect himself. Now, you come at me like you're fixing to hurt me.
Oh, I don't think I'd better. I was in the Marines, you know, and they taught us some pretty rough tactics. By any chance, were you in the 3rd Battalion?
Try that, little doozer.
It works!
I'll tell you what you can do. You whittle yourself a whole bunch of these, different sizes, tie 'em together side by each. You can play a real tune.
But I don't have a knife, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you promise to handle it real careful, like I showed you, safety first, don't cut yourself, you can have this one.
Gee, thank you, Uncle Jed.
You know, by rights, I ain't your Uncle Jed, just Jethro.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Mr. Clampett.
Seeing as how you're such a good friend of Jethro's, you can call me Uncle Jed.
Now, remember, Third, you gotta keep your eye on the cork. When the cork starts bobbing around in the water, then you know that a fish is nosing around the bait. And then, when the cork all of a sudden ducks under the water, then you know old Mr. Fish has grabbed the bait. And you pull him out.
Can I hold the line, Mrs. Granny?
Sure, you might as well get the feel of it.
I caught something!
Oh, you couldn't have. There's nothing in there.
It felt like a whale! Help me!
I figured I'd let little Lucy see what it was like to catch a big old catfish.
You hold it kind of loose this way, you bring your arm back, and just as you let it fly, you give it a little spin. You watch.
Perfect ringer, Uncle Jed.
Yeah. Now, you try. Now, you see how handy it is to be able to climb a tree?
Now, be of good cheer, Wilkins. I am confident that we shall find everything here in possum pot. Apple pie order.
Howdy, Mr. Drysdale. Well, Miss Jane, Mr. Wilkins, come on in.
Gonna bake a tater pie to give to little Goose. And it'll taste so good his toes will curl up in his shoes. To make a tater pie, it takes a lot of possum fat. I don't think that feller chef can bake it in his hat.
Greetings, Granny.
Hello, Granny.
told you to secede from these parts.
Annie. Madam, I demand to see Master Armstrong immediately.
Don't wake him up. He's taking his nap.
Yeah, you see, he's getting his rest. Needs it, too. Poor little feller's all tuckered out.
Which bedroom is he in?
He's napping right out there in the sun.
The sun? His skin is far too sensitive to be exposed to ultraviolet rays. He's allergic to animals.
Wilkins, I'm not going home. I feel fine.
You're coming home and have an antiseptic bath and then spend an hour in your oxygen tent.
Wilkins, I'm not going.
Then I'll take you by force.
You will.
Like Grant took Richmond.
Master Armstrong.
I'll call you when I need you.
Go away. Scat. 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 Scat.
I wouldn't do that if I was... I tried to tell him.
This has been a Filmways presentation.